Hey guys, thank you so much for choosing At Home Yoga with Nicole to do your practice today. If you like this video, be sure to check out my Patreon, which is listed in the show notes. Also subscribe because a new class is going to be out every single Monday. And then if you'd like to donate for content creation for future videos, you can always donate at Venmo or PayPal. All of that's listed on my Instagram at Home Yoga with Nicole, all one word. Thank you so much. Enjoy your practice. Hi all, welcome to At Home Yoga with Nicole. I'm Nicole, this is my home, and today we're doing a class called Back to Earth, which will be all about gentle grounding down, reconnecting to the earth. So this is a quiet class, a gentle class, one to put on your jammies, or like the coziest thing you have. Grab a little cushion, make yourself feel good. So if you're ready, we'll head to our mats. Starting in a comfortable seat. Again, whatever that means to you. Maybe it's sitting up on a cushion here. You can even roll a towel, stick it under the booty if you like that feeling. Relax the hands to wherever they fall naturally. And allow your eyes to power down or a soft gaze on the screen for reading. And start to tune into your breath. Noticing if it's getting caught in the shallow area of your heart and your shoulders. See if you can unlock and release down to the lower belly. Filling up that belly like a balloon. Each inhale, it expands. Each exhale, it contracts. I want you to start to tune in to where you feel like you need to be for your practice. Almost like a radio tuning between stations where we kind of jumble through some white noise and then hear some voices and back again. We're going to jumble through all the grocery lists, all the things that might be distracting or the reason we want to do our yoga right now. And bring it back to center, tuning into this yoga station. Let your knees begin to get heavy. Feel those sits bones either propped up on a pillow, connected to the earth, but feel them ground down, almost as if you were a tree. And through those sits bones, the roots begin to travel down through the floor of this room, down through the foundation of the house, reaching all the way through that rich soil down into the earth, and then coiling and rooting down like a big, beautiful old tree. Feel the heart open and the shoulders melt down the back. Release your jaw. Smooth out that skin on your forehead. And start to deepen your breath. And then choosing a one-word intention you feel like you'd like it to connect to today during your practice. Bringing it to the space behind the third eye, the place of intuition. And we'll start with 3 nice cleansing breaths. We'll inhale through the nose. On the exhale through the mouth, imagining like you're fogging up a window. When you're cold, you want to draw a little heart or a smiley face. This is going to be the beginning step of learning our Ujjayi breath. So you may hear other yoga videos talk about this. This is a great way in. So we'll do 3 breaths like that one word, intention. Here we go. Inhale through the nose. And sigh it out. Fog up that window through the mouth. We'll do it one more time. Inhale through the nose. And out through the mouth. Third time, try to make that exact same sound without opening your mouth. So it's going to be like a wave inside. You'll hear the sound created in the back of the throat. Inhale through the nose. And out through the nose. Great first step to be playing with Ujjayi breath. Beautiful. Let's begin by fluttering open those eyes, dropping the chin to the chest. Begin to rock your head from side to side. Nice and slow and easy. Feeling your spine lifting you up, making you nice and tall. Keep that jaw relaxed. And then start to draw big circles with the nose. Avoiding that back neck crunch, but still getting that nice gaze towards the ceiling. And reverse, reverse. Nice and slow, find your center. Great. Let's inhale, right arm up. Exhale, release it just below the ear of the left side. And let the weight of the arm lengthen the left side of the neck. You might even do a little nodding yes. You'll feel the neck moving around there. Then using the heel of the left arm, let's push the air away. So it's active on the left side. I instantly feel a different stretch here. Continuing to breathe, maybe playing with that Ujjayi breath. And then playfully begin to pet. Maybe there's a real pet there, or an invisible animal. Some sweet creature, but movement of the hand. And on your next inhale, let's let the head float up. Ooh, already I feel a difference from one side to the other. Can you feel it? Excellent. Inhale, left arm up. Release it down behind the right ear. Let the weight of that arm lengthen the neck. Maybe a little nod. And then push the air away with that right hand. Keep it active. Feel that shoulder open up. Making sure you're not craning the neck. It's just using the weight of the arm to help us. And then pet that invisible creature. Maybe it's a creature that doesn't exist. Maybe it's a unicorn. Or some like tiger head, hippo body, cow tail. Whatever your imagination creates. Don't say no, just yes it. And then nice inhale, release up. Oh yeah, that feels great. And then place those hands on your knees. I want you to start to create circles going one way, as if you've got a pencil glued to the top of your head, but we want to draw a circle as tiny as a little pea. So you might barely see it, but you're tall. And then imagine you start drawing it a little bit wider, maybe the size of a quarter. Or or $50 if you remember $50. And then a baseball, a volleyball, a dinner plate, and then make them as wide as you can. Letting your head come with you. Letting the spine really move and dance. Letting this be freeing. There's no rules here. Maybe going really slow or really fast. If there's a place, like I feel it in my hip over here, if there's a place that you can feel particularly, you can stop and kind of work over that little spot. And then let's reverse as wide as you can, the opposite direction. Be playful. And then we're going to slow it down to our dinner plate circles. This is such an awesome thing to do early in the morning. I promise you. It's not early in the morning here, but it's one of my favorite stretches to do. And then let's get back to that volleyball. Sorry, my floor is a little creaky. And then the baseball. And then the $50, if you know what a $50 is. If not, just rock a quarter. And then a dime. And then a P. Until you find stillness. Feel how tall you are right now. Then let's open the tree frog fingers on your left side. Inhale the right arm up, just straight up first. So feel that connection between the hip, the shoulder, and the wrist. And then space beyond your fingers. Reach into that space. Continue to feel your roots down through those sits bones. And then reach over for a beautiful side stretch. If you want to make it a little more difficult, you can bring the thumb back towards the back wall. Dial the heart towards the sky. Gaze can be wherever it's comfortable. And maybe be playful here of coming forward and backward. Make it like you're a dancer. Find the joy, the playfulness. And inhale back to center. We're going to do the other side. So open those fingers. Inhale, left arm straight up. Straight. Feel that connection. All the way up that side body. Space beyond our fingertips. And on the exhale, a beautiful side stretch. The opening all the way down at the left side is what we're looking for. Maybe your thumb reaches back towards the back wall. Maybe there's a little playfulness of bringing it forward and backwards. Listen to your body. Make sure it feels right today. And on your next inhale, come back through center. Great. Let's bring the hands up to the shoulders. Like you've got, I don't know, football pads or something. And I'm just going forward because I will hit the wall. But what we want to do is do a little twist to one side and then the other. Going nice and slow and not forcing it beyond what feels right to our spine today. We will speed it up. Just wringing out that spine. And then maybe you begin to go a little faster. And maybe your breath matches it. Get that movement going. Continue to remind yourself of those roots, Rooting those sits bones down. This is about the spine. This is about a twist. Knowing that it might feel silly, and that's okay. We notice it feels silly, but we keep pressing on. I'm here with you. Keep breathing. Last couple of breaths here. For 3, 2, 1. Slow down. Woo! Relax the hands to the knees. You might feel a little buzz. Great. And then nice and slowly, take your time, we're going to make our way up to tabletop position. So truly take the time you need to get there to make it feel good. Open those tree frog fingers. Press the tops of the feet down, earth away from you. We're engaged in tabletop. Tuck the lower ribs in, and we'll flow through, excuse me, this hair, a little cat-cow. So on your inhale, continue to externally rotate those shoulders so that little crease in the elbow points forward. Drop the tummy, push the earth away, booty comes up, gaze up. And exhale, pull the belly button back, chin to chest, like we're putting a cat in a bathtub and it doesn't want to go. Beautiful. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now moving at your own pace, matching the movement with breath. Making it like you're moving underwater. Make it beautiful. So it's a full undulation of the spine. And then coming back through center when you feel like you've done both sides equally. Continue to ground down through those feet. We're going to play with bringing the right foot back, tuck the toes, and just lengthen through the heel. Great calf stretch. Breathe in there. And then press down through that left foot. Try to lift that right foot up. Maybe pointing or flexing through the toes. And then if you'd like to try, this is a core engagement, so you gotta really activate that core. Bring that left hand up. Breathe here. You might feel a wobble, that's okay. And give yourself breaks if you need. Bringing the hand down, adjusting, push the earth away. Nice. And then what we're gonna do is bend the elbow, bend the knee like you've peed on a fire hydrant. So you've got the knee up to the side, and then the elbow bent. Nice. And lower down. It's a real challenge to the hip. Let's do the other side. So bring the left foot back, toes to the earth, and just do a little stretch here. Feel that calf stretch. My left calf has been giving me a hard time lately, so this feels really good. Press down into that right foot. Try to lift that left foot up. Hips are square to the ground. Maybe play with pointing and flexing the foot. And maybe eventually bringing that right arm up. Tuck those lower ribs in. Lengthen. Continue to breathe. Gaze can be just slightly out in front of you. So you want a long neck. Take the creases out of that neck. And then nice and slow, bend the knee, bend the elbow. Take a breath here, and lower down. Nice, give yourself some organic movement, some free movement, whatever feels right to you. Breathe. Back to tabletop. Again, check in with your form. inhale the left, or rather right knee up, flex the foot. So bent knee. We're going to do big, slow circles with that knee. So just as we did that sort of stretch a minute ago, we're going to make nice big circles. This is great for the hip flexor, really good for the glute. Continue those deep breaths. Maybe play with your Ujjayi breath, like you're fogging up a window. And go nice and slow, no need to rush. My tummy just grumbled. And then reverse it. You start to feel it in the hip flexor of the right leg, but you'll feel the glute of the left. Nice, do 2 more. And then meet me back in tabletop. We're gonna do the other side, so firm up, nice foundation. Inhale the left knee bent, flex the foot, and let's start to do some circles. It should feel good. It might be a little bit of a challenge, and if you feel your body shaking, that's excellent. It's good. It means we're building muscle. It's all signs of strength, that you're doing something good and loving to your body. Let's reverse those circles. Go slow. Whew, you'll feel it in that booty. Last few breaths here. And let's come back down to hands and knees. Excellent job. And now opening up those fingers, maybe walking the hands out just slightly. We're headed to our downward dog. Before that, if you want to try pressing into the tops of both feet and hovering the knees off the ground, just for a moment, it's a great core engagement, also a really good stretch for the feet. Breathe into it. And then you can either, if you've got real flexible ankles, you can go up to downward dog or drop the knees and find your way there. Pedal it out. Going slow. Again, let's move underwater. No need to speed this up. Notice how your body's feeling. And check in with form. Imagining someone tied that string across the hips, right where it breaks, right where it folds, and you're pulling your booty back. Internally rotating the hips, externally rotating the shoulders. Grounding down through the fingertips, especially the pointer and the thumb. Release your head. And then bend the knees. We'll walk the hands back. Finding your forward fold. And this time, let your knees bend generously. Drape the belly, the chest over the tops of the thighs. And let your head hang like a bowling ball. Shake it out. Feel all 4 corners of the feet root down into the earth. Feel that earth connection. These 2 things right here are supporting your entire body. Take some deep breaths. Nice. And then ground down into those feet. We'll slowly roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head being the last thing up. And stand tall in your mountain pose. We'll check in with those mountain poses. Make sure you're grounding down through all 4 corners of the feet. Big toe mound, big little toe mound. It's not like I said bagel. Back 2 corners of the heel. Lift up through the knees, quads engage. Then we want to tuck the booty under. Maybe tuck those lower ribs in. Shoulders open, you can even roll them back if that's a great reminder for you. Palms can face forward or to the side. I love them facing forward. It's like you've got superpower energies coming out of your palm. Neck is long, and imagine a string coming from the very root of the head, reaching all the way up to the ceiling, becoming the tallest version of yourself. Now, it may feel like a lot to think about in this moment, but eventually, the more you practice, the more it just becomes second nature. And then every time you get into mountain pose, it just clicks in. So know if you're still on your journey, kind of figuring it out, it's great to do a little body scan for yourself. Nice. Let's do a little flow here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. I like my hands on my shins, but you do your version. Exhale, fold. Deep bend to the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up. Gather the energy above you and pull it to your heart in prayer. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Deep bend to the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up. Pull the energy to the heart like taffy. One more time. I'm not going to talk through it. Let's just do it together in tune with each other's breath. Wonderful. Take a moment. Release your jaw. Feel the earth below your feet. Nice. Drop the hands to the side. Interlace all 10 fingers. Lengthen them down. We're going to inhale, open the heart to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Knowing that if you've got tight shoulders like me, your hands might not come very far off your booty. You can square them off by opening up the fingers, or grab a little dish towel, whatever you need. We just want to open the heart. Again, generous bend of the knees. Maybe a sway side to side, shake that head out. Three more deep breaths here. And then release the grip of the hands. You're just going to bend your knees, come down to a little squat, round the chin in, and feel that opening in the back. And nice and slow, we'll come back to the earth into a seated position. We're going to head into cobbler's pose. So feet together. We'll walk the sits bones back. And just holding on to the ankles, wherever you are, sit tall. Again, root down through those sits bones, connect to the earth. Let gravity, just let the knees drop. So wherever they drop today, that's awesome. ankles, a little massage here. Your feet, the tops of your feet, right behind where your toes are. It's a great spot. Just as I said, our feet, a lot of times, are the only thing connected to the earth. They do a lot of work. So thinking of your one-word intention, if you want to get really hippy-dippy, imagining it, traveling from your intuition spot, maybe like a wave of color, going all the way down through your thighs, through your ankles, and activating in your feet. Fill it up. Great. And then taking a grip, maybe it's 10 fingers behind the feet. It might be your peace sign fingers around the big toes or just around the ankles. We're just going to fold forward. Remembering to be gentle with yourself and feeling the earth coming up to meet your body, holding you. Feel the opening of those hips. Reminding yourself of that nice one-word intention. And nice and slow, we'll roll up. We're going to bring the right leg out, left leg to the inner thigh. Again, walk those sits bones back, activate that right foot, so flex that foot. We're going to inhale both arms up, and then dial the heart like it's pointing towards that right big toe. Inhale again, lengthen, and feel free, give yourself a nice bend of the knee if that's what feels right to you today. Actually, why don't you all bend your knee? It's better. And then exhale, fold the heart forward. Letting the hands drop wherever they drop. Maybe it's next to the shins, maybe it's ankles, maybe it's toes. And then if you're someone who feels like, oh, I can lengthen out, by all means, lengthen out. But make sure the heart is reaching straight towards the toes, head releases down. Knowing that this is one of those poses that the longer you hold this, the deeper and more of a release that you're gonna feel your body goes. So this is one, just like I mentioned a few classes ago, like pigeon. If you're able to do this, a lot of times a great way to modify or just do a different variation is to stack pillows. So you can rest your head right here, if that's how far your head goes. And then the longer you hold it, you'll be able to feel, okay, I can get rid of this pillow. Oh, I can get rid of this pillow. Oh, look at that. It feels natural to get rid of this pillow. And eventually being able to release. But knowing that everybody's body is different, so, you know, one person's edge in one pose is going to be very different from the next person's because our bone structure is different. The way our bodies are built are very different. So that's why it's really important to listen to what feels good in your classes. Last few breaths here. And let's slowly roll up, release up. We're gonna do the other side. Left leg comes out, right leg to the inner thigh. Release any flesh from underneath you. Great. Bend that knee. We'll remember first this time. Inhale, arms up. Dial the heart to the left. And exhale, release down. And this is another one you'll really notice the difference from one side to the next. If you feel any place in particular, maybe it's your hamstrings, maybe it's the lower back that feels particularly tight in this pose, send a breath. That same way we sent our one-word intention, that energy all the way down. Imagine the breath traveling down and just releasing those muscles. Breathe. Nice. Last couple of breaths here. And let's slowly roll up. Find your way back to your seat. Oh yes, my hamstrings feel very different now. Sit tall. And even feeling free that if you're near a wall, to sit against a wall. That's fine. That's actually really awesome. It's great to check in with your alignment because you'll really be able to feel if you're overarching or rounding. Just using what's around you. There's benefits to being at home. Let the eyes power down. And reconnect to your breath. Let those shoulders relax. Let those lips just barely touch. Soften the skin in the forehead. Check that there's no wrinkles up the back of the neck. Open the heart and feel the earth come up and meet you, hold you. Let gravity be your friend here by just releasing, feeling that gravitational pull towards the center of the earth. And just doing a little connection to the chakras. So sending a breath, some energy, some light to the root chakra, which is right down at the bottom, tops of the thighs, and it's red. So imagine red there. And then we'll move up to orange, which is right in the groin area, buttocks. Send a breath there, imagining that space filling with bright, beautiful, vibrant orange. And then moving up slightly into the solar plexus. Which is all yellow. Send a breath, fill with color. Next up to the heart. Heart chakra is green, my favorite. Send a breath and some color there. Next up to the throat, blue, where we communicate, where we speak. Send a breath there and fill it with blue color. And then moving up, got purple or indigo. Send a breath, fill that space with color. And then the crown of the head into that space beyond, which we played with beyond our fingertips. That all fills with white, bright light. So send a breath all the way up there with white. Feel all of those colors rooting down into the earth and reaching up to the sky. The play of opposites, sitting you tall, making you feel whole, aligned, and complete. And one last time, let's bring that one word intention to the space behind the third eye. Let's do one more deep cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And sit tall quietly for just a few breaths. Then begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bat those eyes open. And take in the space around the room you're in. Breathe it in. Reconnecting to your space, where you live, where you stay. And breathe in some gratitude for taking on this practice today. And return to it over and over again when you need that deep stretch and also that reconnecting, that grounding. And then let's bring the hands together in prayer. Bring the thumbs to the center of the forehead for wisdom, to the center of the mouth for freedom, and to the center of the heart for love. I hope you can carry the benefits of the practice throughout the rest of your day, into your week. Let it inspire you, how you interact with others around you, how you deal with stressful situations this week. Remind yourself of that root, the grounding energy that you've created today. Have a beautiful day. I hope you'll come back and practice with me some other time. A new video comes out every Monday. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And you reply, peace, 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 for the mind, the body, and the spirit. Thank you so much. Beautiful rest of your day.